You may have heard forecasts released this morning which predict that Australia will need an extra 1.5 trillion litres of fresh water by the middle of this century. And you may have heard South Australian Water Minister Paul Kiker announcing this morning that Riverland irrigators will be allowed just 24% of their entitlements. Federal Water Minister Penny Wong isn't announcing very much, not since the Irrigators Council announced that water would be a vote changer this election. In the Riverland, growers have ripped up their trees and walked off the land, so they won't be enrolled at the same address as they were last election. And the Murray-Darling Basin Authorities announced that it will keep under wraps until after the election its guide to the draft river rescue plan. All that in one morning's news. But out of the news there's another story, the story of the Great Artesian Basin, that vast underground water storage which underlies much of eastern Australia, including South Australia. How vast? Well, it's under more than 1.5 million square kilometres. How much water? 65,000 cubic kilometres. It seems limitless, but then so once did the Murray. The Artesian Basin is being drained. For more than a century, bores have been sunk in the desert to water stock. Then came the miners. BHP Billiton is licensed to take up to 42 million litres of water a day from the basin. Natural soaks are drying up. Australia is taking water out of the underground basin faster than it can be recharged. It's unsustainable. It's mining water, and it will run out. 22 towns rely on the basin for their drinking water. They will become ghost towns. Sheep and cattle won't have a drink, then the pastoralists will move out, just like the Riverland irrigators already have. Australia needs a national authority with complete national power to look after the Great Artesian Basin. It might lie underground, out of sight, out of mind, out of the news. But it will be big news when it dries up, and that's not very far away.